What's going on, everybody? This is Mo Real Talk coming to you again with another video. How's everybody doing today? Let me get straight to it. All real talk. This video will be about Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry. Currently, Steph Curry is in the NBA playoffs, and then those of you that don't know who Steph Curry is, he's a NBA basketball player. He's a superstar, two-time MVP, 3 championships, one of the greatest shooters of all time. His dad, Dale Curry, played for the Hornets, had a long career from North Carolina, went to Davidson, about 6'3", light-skinned brother, average guy. If you script the money away, he's just pretty much an average guy, cool guy, very, very kind, very humbling. You don't see him out here in the streets, getting in trouble or finding out he's messing with a IG model or a Facebook model or whatever them strippers they be that them rappers be messing with and football players and all that. He's not built like that. His dad taught him well. 2-parent household. His dad instilled some principles and some morals in Steph Curry. He met Ayesha when they got together when they was 22. So they've been together for a while. They got 3 kids together, and Curry got a lot of good things going for himself. Endorsement deals outside of basketball, ambassador for the basketball across the world. And very funny that a lot of articles, and this just came out, a lot of articles have been talking about this. Curry's in the midst of a playoff run, and he's been playing very awkward. Very weird these last, couple series against the Clippers and now against the Rockets. They're tied 2-2. They had a game last night. The Rockets won last night 112 to 108. And Curry had a pretty good game. But he hasn't been playing to his level of, his status. And I always wonder, is something going on in the background behind the scenes that we don't know about? And here comes Ayesha Curry. Right on cue. She does an interview with Jade Pinkett on the Red Talk table, something like that. I don't watch all that stuff, but some interview with Jade Pinkett. They have a show. She has a show that she brings people on. And they talk about their issues and things that it's on their mind. So Ayesha Curry comes out and talks about basically being insecure. She's worried about groupies, thoughts, strippers, Instagram models, or social media models getting at her man. And she states, paraphrasing, like she says, he's very nice, he's very talkative, he likes to talk. And obviously Ayesha's been watching. Somebody has been going back to Ayesha and saying something. Now, I'm not saying Steph Curry's cheating or he's messing around, whatever the case may be, but it sounds like to me he's very flirtatious. That's what men are. Men are flirtatious. Like, that's what we are. That's in our nature. Like, what I'm saying? Not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, if a woman talks to us, we'll talk back. You know what I'm saying? Now, the problem with Ayesha is having with her man, obviously, or her insecurities, is Steph Curry has money. And he has status. He's an NBA basketball player. And she understands a lot of women want that type of guy. Probably about 80 to 90% of the women want that type of guy. I'm not going to get into details about the looks and the money and the status. That's a whole nother video. But we're talking about Steph Curry here. A superstar NBA basketball player. Do you realize how many women throw themselves at Steph Curry every day? I guarantee you, they are trying to get at him at all costs. And I guarantee you, the women that's trying to get at Steph Curry, Ayesha's not a bad looking woman. Let me get me wrong. She's a very good woman, very feminine. She has a good balance, right? Because you got your masculine women and you got your feminine women. Ayesha's more feminine than masculine. You know what I'm saying? So she has a lot of feminine energy, and she has some masculinity a little bit, but she has a whole lot more feminine energy. She's always looking real dolled up and real nice and all that. But like the old thing, you know, as a woman get older, the less attractive she becomes. And as far as Steph Curry concerned, he's grounded, but I guarantee you, as a man, he looking at the other women. I'm not saying he's acting on it, but I guarantee you, he cuts his eyes at the younger women. It's in our nature. Men like to go for youth and beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like to look at young women as the older we get. You know what I'm saying? So Curry, he's right in his prime years. You know, between 29, your prime years in NBA is between like 28 and 32. So he's right in the middle of his prime, and Ayesha's right there with him as far as age. So what's happening is she is sensing the pressure of keeping herself up. Obviously, I don't know if she's not getting attention or anything like that, but I don't know if she's not getting attention, but there's something going on here, because she's screaming for attention. Because when have you known Ayesha Curry to talk about stuff like this? You're talking about problems or issues possibly that is going on behind the scenes. She's never been that type of woman to come out and say, feeling some type of way because all these groupies. Ayesha, you cannot be blind to the fact that when you got with Steph Curry, when he got big, you knew this was going to come. I'm trying to figure out what's her narrative, her motive, because behind what's the real problem? Because this is what comes with the territory dealing with basketball players, NFL players, MLB, tennis, any type of big time superstar, not a star, superstar, one of the faces of the league. You got to know a lot of women is going to be after him. Ayesha should not be surprised that groupies are after him. And I'm pretty sure a few got through as far as trying to get to him. And she's probably been, quote unquote, disrespected in her face before. But Steph Curry can take care of that. Steph can take care of that because he's a man. He understands. He got a good wife, 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? He's married. So I'm pretty sure she's been challenged before through some younger groupies. And I'm pretty sure she feels threatened that these women, they look better than her. They got better shape than her. Some got no kids. Some got kids. But this what comes with as a woman get older and when they're married. When they marry young and they've been married for a long time and they had a couple kids, there can be a lot of ups and downs in the marriage. I was married before. But the issue that I see what she's having is, from a man's standpoint, she is insecure about better looking women coming after her husband. And a lot of the times them dudes get tempted and they mess around with these social media models, I call them. These as they call them, Tatianas, Jennifer around the block type females. These females are basically living off of attention seeking females on social media with 10, 15, 20,000 followers, 100,000 followers, and don't have a lick of like skills. They call themselves entrepreneurs and all that stuff like that, but they don't really have real skills like a trade or career. They just live off of social media, and they try to sell products and stuff like that. Whatever, that's their business, But this is what comes with dealing with men that have money and status. He got power. Now, as far as women being attracted to Steph Curry, I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty out there that would love to have him as a boyfriend or a bae or my boo thing, or my jank, you know what I'm saying? But Ayesha got to realize you got to suck it up, because this is going to go on as you get older, Ayesha. As Ayesha get older, it's only going to get worse, because her looks is going to fade. Her body's going to fade. Now, if she's not taking care of herself physically, what she needs to focus on is, I understand she's doing her business thing and the cooking and all that stuff like that. As she get older, and I'm going to make another video on this, she needs to focus on her physical appearance. She needs to stay in the gym, exercise, be fit, and stay attractive. Because at any time, things can go sour. You got men that's not even at that level. Normal men like me, productive working men in society, can be with a woman. You start out, she look really good. And as time go by, years go by, they start looking at other women because you lose your physical attraction. It happens. It happens every day. As I'm making this video right now, there's men out there that's married, engaged, or whatever the case may be, is with somebody and pretty much like, I don't want you no more. Whether they cheating behind their backs or they told them up front. You know, women don't want to admit it, but the older you get, the less attractive you become. And this has something to do with that as well. She feels the pressure of being a wife, a mother, you know, at the same time, because being a wife, you got to make sure your husband is, you know, nurtured and loved and stuff like that. And being a mother, you got to do the same thing with your kids. Those are two different worlds, right? You got being a wife and being a mother. He constantly on the road, playing basketball, doing interviews, appearances and stuff like that. And she can't be around stuff like that. So she feels like when she's not around her husband, she feels like he's going to be tempted to mess with a groupie or a thot or a Jenny from around the block. Now, I don't know Steph like that. I don't know Steph at all. But as a man, I'm sure he's looked at plenty women. Has he acted on it? To my knowledge, no. I haven't seen no thot, whatever, no IG, none of them come out and say, Steph Curry, you need to check and make sure he handle home. No female as of today came out and said anything about Steph messing around with her. Whether it's IG, Facebook, whoever it is, not one woman can say that. Now, stuff can be going on behind the scenes, but knowing Steph's character and what his background is, I don't think he's messed with anybody. So if Ayesha's insecure about her husband, she needs to cut it out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if she's crying for attention, because why are you starting something that's not even really there? And yesterday, they asked Steph Curry about what's going on outside the basketball game. He said he finds it funny. I'm paraphrasing, but he finds it funny. He's just laughing it all off because he's sitting back watching all this. I'm pretty sure he's going to speak to Ayesha about this. Like, why are you coming out with all this during the playoffs? I'm working and you're coming out with, look at me. What about me, Steph? What about me? He's going for his 4th championship. Going for a 3-peat. Right now. This man is working to make history. And here comes Ayesha with the home problems or the insecurity of being a wife and having a husband at that level. To me, that's a little selfish. Why would you put this out there for the world to know? Being that a lot of us, if a lot of us already kind of know how this works, when you're dealing with a man that's making over $200 million, his contract is worth over $200 million, and he got endorsement deals and all that good stuff like that. Women like money, Ayesha. They like men with status. They like professional athletes. This is what comes with the territory, Ayesha. Like, you can't be surprised. You can't feel some type of way. There's plenty of examples of professional athletes being married and having a side piece. And she's worried about Steph Curry being sucked into that group of men. All professional athletes don't do it, but there's a lot of them that have a wife and kids and a side piece and a thot and an IG model. All of them, you know what I'm saying? But some guys don't play that game because they grounded. And Steph Curry comes off to me as a grounded individual. Now, as far as Ayesha, I wouldn't worry about it. Until you got proof, I wouldn't even, she should not be worried about it. You should be supporting your man going for this 3-peat instead of worrying about other women trying to get at him. You know, the old saying is if you can go and get somebody, or how that works, and if somebody wants you, they can have you. You was never mine from the jump. You've been together for some years. You got 3 kids. And you want to display, you want to put out that business out like that. As long as Steph Curry been in the NBA, I haven't heard anything negative about him outside off the court until this Ayesha situation. There's nothing bad or nothing wrong Steph is doing right now. And the best thing for Steph to do is not to act on it, because the media loves drama, especially for a man at that level. Because, you know, most black men at that level, or there's quite a few black men at that level getting in issues, you know, whether it's drugs, alcohol, women, you know, whatever the case may be. And for a man of Steph Curry's stature, for him to get in some issues or some drama, or the media's been salivating over this, they've been waiting for something like this, because in actuality, Steph Curry is kind of boring. Like, outside of basketball, he's boring. He's not a guy that you will follow outside of basketball. And you know who he is, but outside of basketball, he's just a normal guy with a lot of money. He don't be out there running around flaunting all his money like some of these other guys in strip clubs and stuff like that. You know, but who knows? I mean, only time will tell. The truth will come out at some point if something's going on. Now, as far as Ayesha, I wonder if she wants some attention. Is she advertising herself to the men out there that's saying, oh, if he's gonna look at other women, then hey, you know, I'm gonna do my thing too. The underlying message that she's trying to put out, because it could be misinterpreted. Now, mind you, check this out. If Steph Curry was to leave Ayesha, she got 3 kids by Steph. How many men you think is going to marry Ayesha at her age moving forward with 3 kids from Steph Curry? A lot of men ain't gonna line up for that, because you're coming behind Steph Curry. So them two are pretty much together unless Steph Curry leaves her. She's not going to leave Steph Curry. Steph Curry, if anything was to happen between them two, Steph Curry will leave her. You know what I'm saying? Would an NBA or big time, you know, status quo man deal with her after Steph Curry? Probably not. They'll date her, but they won't marry her. Because she's at an age right now, you know, going into the 30s. It's downhill from there. And we know the stories behind that. You know, when women hit 30, they lose a lot, gain more weight, and they become less unattractive, unless they've been taking care of themselves. Now, shouts out to the women that's been taking care of yourself after 30, but the nomenclature is everything starts to go downhill. You know, so as long as she's doing what she got to do as a wife and as a mother, and remain feminine and remain secure about yourself. If you know you got a good man, then what's the problem? Obviously, you got some doubt and you're creating turmoil that's not needed at this time. This man, your husband, is working. The last thing he needs to hear after a game, after a loss or a win, is, so what's going on with Ayesha Curry and her claims of, you know, her insecurities of you and these groupies and stuff like that. He got to sit there and answer those questions. You're taking away from what he's trying to accomplish as a professional basketball player. And Ayesha Curry needs to chill with that. You know what I'm saying? Handle that behind closed doors. He needs to pull her to the side and be like, babe, you got to stop. You went on a platform with Jada Pinkett Smith, and talked about that issue, about being insecure. It's not a good look, Ayesha. I respect you as a woman, but man, you got to chill with that and handle that behind closed doors. But that's my take on the Ayesha Curry and Steph Curry situation with Ayesha being insecure about, you know, possibility, you know, being that he's a nice guy, he's very talkative and flirtatious, obviously. He might get sucked into the black hole of thoughts and IG models and all that stuff like that. Don't worry about it. Keep doing what you do as a wife and as a mother. And everything else will play itself out. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section about this Ayesha Curry feeling insecure about her husband possibly moving to this black hole of women that's trying to get at him. Younger women. I'm pretty sure there's younger, better looking women that's trying to get at him. Now the older women got no shot because, you know, men don't like to date up when it comes to age. You know, we like to look down. I mean, as far as age wise, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Ayesha Curry understands this as a woman, but we're going to see how this play out. Tell me what you guys think about this situation. Should Ayesha be cool and not worry about being insecure and trust her man, or should she have cause for concern about her man at, you know, being out and possibly getting sucked into the black hole? With that being said, this is more Real Talk coming at you again. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all my videos. And make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. I will be bringing you more videos and giving you more Real Talk from my point of view. Enjoy your day. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.